Thank you so much for this great turnout. We're really thrilled. We're really thrilled that we could be part of this project. I think I know everybody in the room, but if I don't, I'm sorry I didn't meet you, but I'm Joan Rainone. I'm the current president. We have one other president in the room, but what's exciting about this project is that we have, I think the project reflects 57 years. March 15th, the college turned 57. So we have 57 years of history of this college. And I think that this event being in April is also another perfect time, because April is National Community College Month. So the timing is really perfect on the role of community colleges in each of their communities. There's 1,132 community colleges in the country, and we all have a very unique role in our own communities. Most of them are small and rural, believe it or not. They're not the Northern Virginias of the world. Those are more of the rarity. However, there are a lot more smaller colleges, about 2,000 or even smaller than that. I'm really excited about this project because it really was able to bring together our 57 years. I love history. I love uncovering things, which is what I did through this project and through our team, which you're going to hear from our project director in a minute. But I mentioned in the introduction that for over 5 decades, DSLCC has been a vital part of the community, with a reputation grounded in a commitment to meet the changing needs of students. The stories that lie within these pages reflect our past successes. It is my sincere hope that this book will generate more conversations about the college and further explain how its presence has added to the educational, social, and cultural fabric of the community. The stories all remind me of the impact that DSLCC, and really any community college, as I said, has made throughout the region. Robert Frost, as someone from New England, one of my favorite poets, described that the less traveled road that made all the difference, and the thousands of individuals who chose DSLCC to which to embark on their college and career journey. I'm excited to think about the ways in which the college will continue to offer accessible and affordable pathways in the years ahead for those thousands who are to follow. The story of our college is rich and very meaningful. And what we hope to do tonight is just not only share some of those stories, but there's many of you out there who were maybe not part of this book, and no, we're not going to do volume 2. Somebody asked me already that, and I said, no, it's, I aged about 2 years in the last 6 months doing it. It's really a great opportunity to hear some additional stories. So it is my pleasure to now introduce Joan Vannorsdall, who has been the project director for the What's Your Story series of books. And we will look, and she'll introduce the committee as well as maybe talk about maybe some future books as well. So thank you so much for being here. It's really great to see everyone.
It is indeed wonderful to see so many people here tonight to celebrate the 4th What's Your Story book. We started this project, I guess about 4 years ago, 3.5 to 4 years ago, to celebrate the power of story in the Allegheny Highlands. Not just story as oral history story, but also as a potential community builder to bring people together, because I am convinced that the most important way that we can share one another's hopes and dreams and aspirations is through story. So I'd like to, before I talk a little bit more about Dabney S. Lancaster, the Dabney book, I'd like to thank the committee, which has been together since the start of this project. Joan Vannorsdall and his wife Laura, Judy Clark, Katie Ryan, Pam Marshall, Chuck Alvarez, Matt Ackerhold, and Gail Hiller have all been absolutely essential to producing the books over here on the table. Please be sure to take a look at them. Feel free to buy as many as you would like. We are a book-by-book survivor group. We count on the sales of our books to fund our next one. We've had some wonderful community donations also, which has been tremendously helpful. And thanks to Dr. Joan Vannorsdall for supporting the production of the Dabney book. Before we start sharing one another's stories and going around the room, I hope, and getting people to stand up and share some stories of their time at Dabney, I'd like to share mine. This goes way back to 1986. I was the mother of 3 children, 6 and under, and I had decided that finally, I was going to become a writer. So I started doing some magazine stories, and one day a friend called me up and said, "Did you know that there is going to be a creative writing class taught at Dabney by Donald McCaig, whose book, Knox Trials, had just come off the New York Times bestseller list?" I said, "Gee, I didn't know, but I'm first in line to sign up." So when I think about the project, the What's Your Story project, I feel that the late Donald McCaig is really at the heart of it. It was Donald McCaig who taught many of us in the Highlands and from all over this part of Virginia and also West Virginia what the power of story was. He was responsible for my being brave enough to write and publish 2 novels. He was responsible for a large number of us to find our voices. And one of the voices that we developed is the voice of story, which you can find in all 4 of our What's Your Story books. Donald died last November. I do know he would be very happy to see everyone here tonight to celebrate story. So thank you again for coming. As we go forward with this project, we see new horizons. We're talking about doing storytelling events at the theater. We're talking about digital storytelling. And we're talking about moving out into schools to begin the art of storytelling at younger ages than most of us are right now. So we think this project has a good history, a creative history, and a creative future ahead. What I'd like to know now is if any of you in the audience would like to kick off our oral storytelling project by coming to share a story. You don't even have to come and use the microphone. Oh, look. Dr. Rainone is going to come and share his microphone with you. If you shared your story in the book, get up and share it with all of us. If you have another story about Dabney you'd like to share, share it with us, because story lies at the heart.
If you would like to sing your story, that's also.